Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dad Life with JC. My name is JC, and I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Dad Life is an inspired channel that's going to help me share my experiences on being a dad. Mainly, this channel started because I get a lot of questions about, hey, what did you do when your kid had this? Or tell me about how I can help my kid if he's facing these challenges. Myself, I am a father of 3 children, all different ages. So I'd like to share kind of what's worked with me, what people say make me a great dad. And, this is coming from a good place. So I want this to be a place where fathers and dads can feel safe to ask questions and engage. I would love to have conversations with other dads to see how they address certain milestones, certain challenges with their children. But today, I want to give you a little bit of feedback, a little bit of background, if I may say, on why this channel is created. So in my day, I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 17-year-old. My 2-year-old goes to school. My 4-year-old goes to school. So I've been spending my days dropping them off at school and picking them up on my lunch break from work. One day, a nice woman, I've seen her pretty much every day since school started. She comes up to me and she says, "Excuse me." And I thought maybe, she wanted to have a seat on the bench that we were at. I said, "Yeah, please have a seat." She goes, No, I want to say something to you. And she said something very interesting. I'm going to sum it up. She said, "Looking at you is an inspiration and it makes me happy. I want you to share the way you are with other dads." And I sat back and I said, "Well, I'm just being a dad. I'm just doing what I have been taught, what is in my core, what is in my values." And she said, "That's important. You should share that with other dads." She said, "The simple fact that you're taking time out of your day and sitting down with your son and having a conversation and having your lunch together, that's something that not a lot of dads do." And, that got me thinking, because it is something that I always wanted to share with my friends, always wanted to share with other dads. Hey, try to be present. We've had all know someone that might not have, the strongest relationship with their dad or father. And I want everyone that tunes into this channel to be able to feel comfortable having a conversation with their child, be able to feel comfortable sharing moments, building memories, creating smiles with your children. At the end of the day, the way I was taught is what you have inside and everything that you offer to your family, you want to make sure they know that that's accessible 24 hours a day. So yes, we're going to talk about some wins and we're going to talk about some losses. Being a dad is extremely exhausted. Being a parent is extremely exhausted. I just want to make sure that this is not one-sided, right? There's 2 parties in every life and every child, but this channel is strictly for the dads, okay? So I'm not excluding anyone. I just want to make sure that, as I said, this is somewhere where dads can turn to dads and hopefully help each other and learn from each other. So as we continue to dive into Dad Life with JC, I'm going to address, things that are second nature, things that we all as dads, as parents have done. But sometimes, we might have been shy to ask something as simple as how to change a diaper. How do I know if a diaper is full? How do I know if my child is getting a rash from a diaper? I have experience in diaper and cloth diaper. I have experience in diaper and potty training. This dad right here gets to be the one that helps my child at the normal potty size. So this is coming from a place where I think we're going to be able to pick up some things and use them in real life. My notes here have recognizing early signs of communication from your child. So if your child can't speak yet, but even if your child doesn't make many noises per se, no words are coming, but there is body language, there's eyes, right? There's the way they move their hands, there's the position of their heads, and what do they want to communicate? How do I know that my child wants to communicate something with me? Or how do I know my child is experiencing some kind of discomfort? As a dad, it's important to know these things because we can't always run to the other person to say, hey, our child is doing this, or come and get your son, he needs his mom, for example, right? I always tell my children, dad is dad, mom is mom. But dad can do what mom can do, and mom can do what dad can do. So feel comfortable, baby. Feel comfortable, my child, that you're in a safe place with either one, and either one will be able to help you the same. I've had friends ask me, yeah, listen, how do I know when my child is hungry? Or how do I know if my child has a tummy ache? I'm not a medical professional, but, I can share with you kind of how I knew. The signs of, recognizing when a child might be hungry, the different sounds that a child makes when they're experiencing hunger versus discomfort, happiness, etc. And this is all just, one dad sharing to another dad what might have worked for him. We have some fun things that we're going to be looking at, like how do I deal with a stuffy nose? My child seems to be having trouble because there's a stuffy nose, right? So to us dads, sometimes that might sound an alarm bell and say, well, I don't know. Are we going to the doctor? I don't know. This is not necessarily about, recognizing when to take your child to a doctor. This is just kind of show you how to use a saline spray. What does a sucker do? How do we use a sucker? Right? And this is just things that I want to share with you, things that I think have made me a great dad, made me involved with my children. And like I said, I wanted everyone to have some engagement. So please feel free to put your comments, feel free to ask questions. If there's a topic that you kind of want to touch on, I'll do my best to get there and address every single thing. At the end of the day, this channel is for you guys and for the dads. So don't ever feel shy to put a comment out there or to ask a question. Remember, it's a safe place and I want it to be a comfortable place. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Dad Life with JC. That's me, JC.